2 to 5 p.m. So we need to call on Invocation to be led by Miss Margie Bilardo.
Let us pray. Stand up. We give you praise, we give you glory and honor, Almighty Father. We are thankful for this day as we gather to celebrate the book launching of our sister Eileen May. We ask for your guidance for this precious time to guide and bless us. Make this venue safe in all harm, all throughout the event, as well as to protect each one of us, and also our family back home and everyone who most need thy mercy. We ask for forgiveness to all the shortcomings we commit. Make us your children of all good deeds. All this we pray in Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Miss Margie Bilardo.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome you all to this very meaningful event, the book launching of the Beyond the Sunset. So for a while, we would like to listen for the opening remarks of the Share Hong Kong President, Chief Tasha. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. And once again, good afternoon. And I would like to take this opportunity to extend my gratefulness and thankfulness, especially to this building ties in the midst of pandemic. I would like to thank the Hong Kong University Department of Sociology, Dr. Jolie Hang, and of course her assistant, Ma'am Jemima, for giving us such this kind of venue to accommodate this event today. And also, I would like also to thank our Consul Bob Quintin for coming with us today, and our Miss Lucita Villanueva Atache in Social Welfare in Philippine Consulate. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us today. And of course, to all organizers and the founder of Migrant Writers in Hong Kong, Miss Lu, of course, for building ties with us to make this event successful today. And everyone who attended today, thank you very much. And since I don't have co-host and she's also my co-host, so let's proceed also for the introduction message, of course, for our founder of Migrant Writers in Hong Kong. So I would like to introduce to you who is she. And of course, she is Maria Nevalo Ruju. Maria Nevalo Ruju is 39 years old and from Philippines, and she is married and had 3 beautiful children, and she is currently working as a domestic worker in Hong Kong for more than 3 years now. She started to write poetry when she was in high school, but only found her way back again into writing when she started to work abroad. She expresses her thoughts and emotions through writing poems and short stories about anything under the sun, but most of all about her journey as an overseas worker. It is also her way of overcoming the trials of being away from her family, especially homesickness. She is a member of Sensational Hong Kong since 2018, and she is also team leader of Uplifters, a non-profit, non-government organization in Hong Kong that gives free online money management courses. She is an active member of Aim of Arts and Me, formerly Daily Life in COVID-19, a writing platform in Singapore founded by the Migrant Writers of Singapore. Recently, one of her poems entitled Banic was published in an international anthology entitled Diversity. A collection of poems of peace and empathy, another poem entitled Wildflower, will be published in the upcoming issue 6 of the Tiger Month Review, Eco Journey, on July 2021. She is the creator and founder of Migrant Writers of Hong Kong, for she firmly believes that talents are ought to be shared and states that every poem written from the heart is a masterpiece. Please welcome Maria Nevalo Ruju.
Thank you so much, Chick, for that wonderful introduction, for introducing me to the guest of today. So, to our distinguished guest of honor and speaker, Honorable Consul Robert Kingpin, our DSWD Attaché, Ms. Dusita Villanueva, to our amazing uplifter CEO President, but still not here, the very amazing Marie Cresci Maglio, the Guardian's Magic Group Insight Worldwide Hong Kong Chapter President, Norma Capistrano, to the ever supportive Dr. Julie Ham of the Hong Kong University. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am very grateful and honored to stand before you today on this very meaningful event. It has been 2.5 months since Migrant Writers of Hong Kong was established. It was created with its main mission to provide migrant writers in Hong Kong a social media platform wherein they can freely share their thoughts and emotions through literature. We also stand for our vision in looking for ways to help our fellow migrants in developing their skills and guide them as they venture deeper in their writing journey. I know that this is not an easy road, being in a foreign land and being attached to the stigma of being a domestic helper. But we believe that through prayer, patience, and perseverance, we will achieve our visions. Standing in front of you here today, in behalf of our current 156 members, was only a dream that I thought was impossible. Indeed, today, my heart is overwhelming with joy and gratitude for the people and friends who are always behind our back to push us. Migrant Writers of Hong Kong is actually a fruit of a beautiful friendship who shares the same passion and good intentions. We believe that talents are ought to be shared and nurtured. We believe in the power of our pens, so we will keep them burning until we reach the top. Once again, good afternoon. Thank you so much and mabuhay.
Thank you for that inspirational message from our founder of Migrant Writers in Hong Kong, and thank you very much. And now let's proceed to call on another inspirational message, of course, from Honorable Consul Robert Kingpin. And I'm honored to call you sir in front.
Thank you, Dick and Milo. To everyone here, maraming salamat po sa panyayan niyo sa amin. Also, in behalf of Consul General Rally El Tejada and the Philippine Consulate General, we congratulate, of course, Eileen for this momentous occasion, for the launching of this book. And for all of you here, then the Migrant Writers of Hong Kong, we'd also like to thank, of course, Dr. Julie Ham. Good to see you. I'm very, very happy to see you. We have not seen each other for maybe 3 years. But I'm very happy to learn that you're still doing the same work you've been doing for our nationals. So thank you again to the HKU College of Sociology for Social Science, the Social Science Department, right? Sociology. Yeah. So my undergrad is also in the social sciences, so we're kindred spirits here. So, ang masasabi ko lang po sa inyo, sa inyong mga kababayan namin na ito nga ang inyong talent, itong inyong passion, itong pagsusulat. Keep on writing. You know, public speaking, for example, it's a very different skill altogether. But there's something special about writing, because there's something you do in the silence, you know. And there's a lot of reflection, there's a lot of personal reflection that comes into it when you write. You know, so most likely if you're going to write something, you won't do it when there's a lot of noise around. And you know what other special thing happens when you write in silence? Sabi nga nila, di ba, God speaks in the silence of our hearts. So it is at this time that we are able to hear the voice of God. I don't want to sound spiritual, but that is something I personally believe in. Although I write too, my job takes a lot of my time. So I envy you actually that you are able to do it. In my case, what I have is my music. So after a long day's work, I retreat to my own spot in my house, and then I have my music with me. So I can imagine that is the same refuge in your case that you have. This writing, putting your thoughts, your emotions into writing. So gaya na sabi ko, the reflection that comes into that, hindi biro-biro yun, ano? So you're able to process your thoughts better. So it's more honest than when you're out there talking to people. Chances are you edit yourself, or sometimes you're unable to edit yourself when you're at the height of emotion, then you say something. So sometimes we say something that we don't mean, but in writing, that's not the case. Because if you write something there that's not true, most likely you're not going to send it out. You're going to delete it or something, you know. So I hope you continue to nurture your gift and share it with others. Share the honesty that comes with your writing. You know, we all have stories to tell, and those stories, they intersect at some point, and that way you can make connections through your works. You can be able to connect with others through your writing, not so much with you know, all the fake pretense that you have when you try to be nice to other people, even if you don't like them. But like I said, that's the difference with writing. When you write poetry, it's a window to your soul in the same way that music is. So it's the same thing, because music is also poetry. So I hope you find other people who are like you, who have this same passion, and I guarantee you will find them if you keep writing and sharing, and you keep sharing these words that you have, and then you know, maybe you get to launch a book as well. So I hope you encourage others to join your group. Sana po dumami pa kayo at ipagpatuloy po ninyo yung naumpisahan ninyo. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, sir, for the great and inspirational message. And as he said that writing is not a joke. He said it in Tagalog. You know, it's come from in your heart, and of course, brilliant mind to do a poems. It's not a joke actually to do a poems. And let's proceed also to part 2. Actually, we need to introduce the book for this launching. And of course, to introduce the book, let's call for Miss Nevalo again to introduce the book, Beyond the Sunset. And later on, to those who are willing to avail their copy, please come forward after this event. Thank you.
Introduction of the book Beyond the Sunset. The writings emblazoned in this book are based in the life and experiences of the author, mirroring her innermost emotions about sadness, anxiety, hope, love, and self-confidence. Living abroad, where one must adapt to new people, new surroundings, new language, cultures, food and traditions, even battling loneliness, challenges, sufferings of being miles and miles away from loved ones, friends, familiar environments and surroundings is never easy. The author did find a way to not battle her emotions while working as an OFW miles away from the loved ones she loved and cherished. She entered the world of poetry, skillfully painting through words her emotions, and as a daughter, longing for her mother in heaven. The yearnings, thoughts, imaginations, and ideas, and keeping them safely in a codex she named Beyond the Sunset, where anyone wanting to find out for themselves can unlock and discover the world she, Eileen May, created. This book is very special as it also highlights the author's amiable qualities and personalities that can deeply penetrate our own souls, creating in us inspirations. Please enjoy Eileen May's first authored poetry book. Surely, this book is a must-read by women who have a hard time uncovering their self-worth to discover how they can be accepted and feeling fulfilled.
For details.
The details of the book, the publication date was on March 15, 2021. The language is all written in English, and she also holds the ISBN number. The category holds the category of poetry, and all rights reserved for Eileen May Ramos. It has 211 pages in paperback and interior color black and white. So, can we have the publisher's message? Marites Ritumalta.
Yes.
Yeah. So the publisher message also we have in a video because she is currently in Philippines. From Poetry Planet Publishing House, Rosario, Posorobio, Pangasinan, Philippines.
Hello, this is Marites Ritumalta of Poetry Planet Book Publishing House. I have known Eileen May Ramos for quite some time, as she is a member of my poetry group. The first time she joined my poetry competition, she became the winner, and that, I think, made her muster up the courage to finally inquire about publishing. At first, she was so hesitant, doubting whether she would be able to do it. Yet later on, she sent me her manuscript, and as I absorbed its content, I was amazed by her works. Yes, Eileen May is really talented, and yes, this lady is indeed amazing. Her book Beyond the Sunset is a compilation of poems written about her innermost emotions, her regrets, loneliness, and her unwavering hope that despite its sorrow, happiness will always prevail. Each title, Beyond the Sunset, is dedicated to her beloved mother, who may have already passed away, but is still very much alive in her heart and mind, as expressed in her poems. And also, writing cheered her up, even if she is miles and miles away from her family. This is a must-read book for women struggling to find their self-worth. It will definitely help boost their self-confidence. She opened the door for some migrant writers to publish their own too, because after announcing the publication of her book on Facebook, migrant writers from different parts of the globe came to me and published their books too. Yes, even if I have not known her personally. I feel her kind and loving personality as reflected from the book she has written. Poets may be emotional, but they have the softest of hearts. Eileen May is one of them. So congratulations, Eileen May, for your book, and I hope we will still be publishing another book to come. Thank you very much.
Napakagandang mensahe. It's a beautiful message from a publisher. and she is currently in the Philippines. I hope she will come to visit us soon here in Hong Kong. If she can publish here, if can do, it's more better. Okay, and let's move to our part 3 for poetry reading. We need to read some poems inside of the book. Actually, we have readers here. One of the title is I Am Not Perfect by Miss Rodelia Pedro from DWC, Domestic Workers in Hong Kong. Let's welcome Rodelia, one of the awardee and Migrant Workers, Hong Kong.
Thank you so much for the... I feel nervous. I am not perfect. You may give me all these criticisms with your bitterness, hatred heart. You may humiliate me like rubbish dirt, but still, like a human, I rise. Does my simplicity upset you? Why are you so eager to hurt me back? Is it because I choose not to speak and just smile, and I choose to keep moving forward to what I love to do? Just like the birds, the eagles, with wings that freely fly. Just like the fondness, the appreciation, being simple, I rise. Did you want to see me stumbling, turning around with broken wings? Head is bowing down like a bamboo tree, and weakened by losing my self-confidence. Does my happiness offend you? Don't you take it personally, because I laughed so hard, like I always do, to follow all my unhappiness. You may hurt me with your harsh words. You may stare at me with your angry eyes. You may slay me with your bitterness pride. Like magic, I rise. Does my positivity upset you? Does it make you surprised that I am simply moving on slowly, as if nothing just happened? I will go somewhere I can act freely, stop the quest that pioneers the pain. I am just a human, I can feel some sorrow, continuously hurting, but still I rise. I am not perfect, I am authentic than anyone. Give up what I had in the past. It makes my life at peace. Into the darkness that continuously fading, and still I rise. Bringing the love and faith that my trusted friend gave. I am a simple woman who's dreaming, hoping for a life so peaceful that will bring joy and contentment, to trust herself and to love humanity. Thank you.
So, wow, thank you, Miss Rodelia Pedro. It's a very inspirational content of every poem inside of this book, Beyond the Sunset. So let's continue, guys, to call on to read for some poem inside of the book. Let's call on Miss Chalene Broso to read A Mother. A Mother. I think this is a very great again.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to congratulate Miss Arlene May Ramos and for this privilege of choosing me read one of her opera. A Mother. As a mother, I have loved you right from the start. I give you comfort and peace like a beautiful dove. I have fulfilled every woman's desires, carrying an angel's life, to be an extraordinary woman, to be called a mother. It brings me pride and joy. Your achievement touches me and thrills me like no one else can. You give me eyes and tears and make my heart break at times, but it doesn't make me feel less. As a mother, it's not always been easy. I know I've said words I've done things that have hurt, frightened, and confused you. No one's ever made me as satisfied as you by being happy. No one's made me as proud as you living up to your love and dedication. No one's smile has ever warmed my heart as your smile does. No one's laughter fills my heart with delight as instantly as your laughter can. No one's hugs feel as sweet as your hugs do. No one's dreams mean as much to me as your dreams do. You are a part of me, my life and everything. And no matter what happened in the past or what the future holds, I will always accept you. I will always forgive you. I will always appreciate you. I will always adore you. I will always love you unconditionally. As a mother, I have been given life's greatest gift, a gift as precious as a gem, a gift that will forever be loved and treasured. My children's life, the reason why I'm still alive. Thank you.
Wow, what a brilliant poem. And another poem.
Thank you so much, Miss Julie, for reading that very beautiful poem. Well, having known Eileen May for more than a year now, I personally know her as a friend and as a mother, and I know how she is as a mother to her children. A very loving mother who gives a very unconditional love and always willing to sacrifice her happiness for her children. So, okay, we will go to the next poem, which will be read by Maureen Espiridion, entitled Emptiness.
Emptiness. I find myself in an empty room, being locked and nowhere else to go. When I looked around and all I can see is an incredible and empty space. I realized, did anyone notice I am here? Did anyone concerned to think about me? It's very hard dealing with the hurt. I feel like no one's there during all my sorrow. I have nothing to lose and nothing left to gain. I fight through those days with no one at my side. All my days are terrible, dark, stormy, cold, and gray. Emptiness keeps growing so quickly as I slowly fade away. If I broke down and lost all my control, would you come and save me from this empty room? I have no courage left to go out in despair, no helping hand to pull me free myself out. I am sad, I am lonely, I am irrational, I am complicated. For a while, I try hard to fight away my doubts. So far away, I assume they're already gone. But I think nothing lasts forever. The pains, darkness, tears always find their way to come and bring me to the empty side of myself that I'm trying to fight to get over and free myself of emptiness.
Thank you. Another inspirational poem inside of the Beyond the Sunset book. And let's proceed again. And it was published in the Dancing with Death book anthology. And let's call on Miss Veronica Pingol to read the Paradise.
Thank you, Sir Jeff. Paradise. I dream of being in a beautiful paradise. I wanted to know what it feels like to leave all you love behind. So I closed my eyes and started to see just how beautiful paradise can be. I saw a calm and peaceful sea, a beautiful sunrise and a glorious sunset. I wish to have a memorable walk by the seaside, in the sea, you find true beauty, where world hide in the deep. In the sea, you find mystery, where things live, die, and sleep. In this beautiful paradise, I forget my problems in life. In this beautiful paradise, I feel a strange pleasure. The rhythm of your gently waves, your natural beauty, your unique personality. See, you are massive, stretching in a large direction. Your soft waves are relaxing music. Your blue horizon meets the sky, the end cannot be seen. Your salty fragrance fills the air and floats upon the breeze. See, you are a lovely gift, Creator's masterpiece, a great miracle to behold, giving me reason to believe.
Thank you so much, Ms. Veronica, for a very wonderful reading. So that poem, which the title is Paradise, was published in the issue number 5 of the Remark Review. It's an eco-journal publication which is based in Singapore, but it also gathers international poets for contributions. Okay, so we proceed to the next poem, which will be read by Ms. Janet Rose Licudo, entitled She.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Miss Eileen May, for giving me a privilege to read one of your poems in the book Beyond the Sunset. The title of the poem is She. Look at her. She never believes in herself. She was vulnerable and helpless. She has less self-confidence. She was empty and knows nothing. Look at her now. See the beauty in her pretty eyes. See it glows that shine like the sunrise. Her smile opens up the cloudy skies. Her laughter delights butterflies. Look at her once more. She walks elegantly while all astonished eyes stare. She is the thornless rose without comparison. She has traveled far and almost reaches her destination. She is a woman full of confidence and inspiration. Look at her in the future, a woman. Everyone recognizes her identity, a woman that exquisitely great, a strong, independent, fearless, bold, a successful woman with a good heart. Thank you.
Parang naiiyak na ako sa mga content ng kanyang mga poem. Grabe. Siguro, when I take this copy, maybe tonight I can wait, so I will read it even I don't have sleep tonight. Okay. Let's proceed for the last poem reading by Miss Margie Bilardo, Equality. So we need equality in this society, that's why.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I would like to thank for Miss Eileen May for having me here and to read one of her poems. The title of the poem is Equality. You and I will never be the same. You grew up prosperous, I live an ordinary life. Your beliefs are contrary to what I am fighting for. You're much happier. I feel like I'm being left behind. You are unique in your beauty compared to my simple nature. Everyone will never be the same. Black, white, Asian, race, or any color. We are not even brothers or sisters, not by blood nor skin, but by the spirit that is within. No matter what or who we are, hand in hand, we will live as one. Our dear Father created us all in one, live in an extraordinary and everlasting life. Let us all live happily and peacefully. Leave the bitterness and love one another. We are all equal no matter what happens. Unique equality will bind us all together. Thank you.
Grabe. What a brilliant poems. My God. And of course, Miss Margie Belardo also was garnered third prize poem in the event of Philippine Consulate General last June 13. Please give her a round of applause. Go, go, go! Okay, let's proceed to part 4. Of course, to introduce the author, and I am honored to introduce the author. Okay? Beyond the Sunset, collection of poems with her life story of a woman as a domestic helper in Hong Kong from 2010 up to present. She is a simple woman, a daughter, a wife, a mother, a friend, a helper, and a fighter. Aileen May Ramos Salvador from Jones Isabela, Philippines, happily married for 17 years and proud mother of 16-years-old young lady and a 15-years-old young man. She is working in Hong Kong since July 2010. She loves reading and writing. She finds writing as an easy way to express her emotions. She keeps on writing what comes to her mind until she can create some ideas to form a poem. Every piece she wrote is usually based on her life story. She loves to share it with everyone and wishes that the reader can adopt some lessons about them. She experienced performing in Carnival of Poetry, a monthly online poetry reading gathering last November 22, 2020. Two of her poems, Paradise, Paraiso in Tagalog, and Love of Our Nature, Mahalin ang Kalikasan, wow, was Mahalin ang Kalikasan and was published in the Tiger Moth Review issue number 5 from Migrant Writers of Singapore last January 2021. As of now, she is still exploring and trying to learn more things to improve herself on something she loves to do, especially in writing. She is a member of Positive and Empowered Ladies Group, the Cinderella Angels, led by two humble ladies in the poetry world that guides everyone to improve their writing in teaching them to bring out the best from themselves. As a mother, she is hoping for the best of her family. She wishes to go back home with her family someday and hoping that her kids achieve their goals in life. And please welcome Miss Aileen May Ramos of Beyond the Sunset. And I am honored to call Dr. Julie Ham and Consol Robert Quintin to present her Award of Excellence. Please come forward. Thank you.
Certificate of Excellence is awarded to Aileen May Ramos for her outstanding contribution and dedication in the field of literature for publishing her book entitled Beyond the Sunset, given in this 20th day of June, year 2021 at the University of Hong Kong, Hong Kong. Signed by Maria Nemilo Rocha, founder, Migrant Writers of Hong Kong, Chief J. Dasho, Chairperson, Share Hong Kong, Dr. Julie Ham, Professor, Department of Sociology, HKU.
Let's go!
Thank you so much.
Okay. Of course, Eileen, and I'm sure, I'm perfectly sure you have a great and more inspirational speech aside from your book. It's your turn. Don't cry.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much. I'm very, very grateful to be here today, and I never expect this to happen. First of all, to Dr. Julie for all the support, and Miss Marina, Miss Jemima, thank you for for the whole team. And yes, thank you for all the support. Ate Rose Shera and Share Hong Kong Chairperson Chick Dasho. All of these are happening right now because of their effort and their support since the day they see this Beyond the Sunset published in Facebook, and they gave me all the support, and until now they still here beside me. And to our founder of Migrant Writers of Hong Kong, my dear good friend Maria Nemilu Rocha, for all the great support and everything. And thank you so much. I feel so nervous. I don't know what to say. And to my Guardian Magic Group's founder, Fao Norma Capistrano, for being here with me. Thank you so much. To our president, Pres Jed, thank you for being here with me. To Consul Robert Quintin, sir, it's my pleasure that you attended this event. Ma'am Lucita from Social Welfare Attache, thank you so much. And to all the, no more. To all the readers who accepted the challenge to read most of my selected poems from Beyond the Sunset. Nanay Rodelia, thank you so much. Miss Chaline, thank you. Maureen, thank you. It's our first time to meet. Thank you so much. Miss Veronica and Janet, thank you. Miss Margie, congratulations for your award last Sunday, and thank you for accepting the challenge. Migrant Writers of Hong Kong, building ties in the midst of a pandemic through poetry. Beyond the Sunset. From the title itself, Beyond the Sunset, it is dedicated to my mother. She passed away when I was just 2 years old. And first of all, I would like to say Marie is still not here. Uplifters community, Miss Jenny San Juan, in behalf of our founder, CEO Marie Di Meglio, she's still not around. Hope she will catch up. She said she will be here in 10 minutes. I would like to say thank you, my gratefulness for Uplifters community. Because of them, I met this group of women who encouraged me to write, who encouraged me to be more positive. And yes, here, the Beyond the Sunset is all from them. The arts, daily life in COVID-19, now it's changed the name Arts in Me, from the Migrant Writers of Singapore. All of the poems inside the Beyond the Sunset book is created from daily life in COVID-19 before last year, for our daily challenges daily challenges, and they keep on encouraging me to keep writing and express my emotion as a mother, as a friend, as a wife, as a employee, and as a domestic helper, being miles away from our family. This is a personal poem collection, but hopefully I aim to all the readers can adopt some kind of emotions, some kind of experiences, good experiences for them. And yes, I hope they inspires. I hope if you read my book, I do hope you learn something and inspire from every poem inside the book. And before I continue, I would like to give the yes.
Relax. Relax. Okay, so before she continue on reading her a very personal poem, we call on our Honorable Consul Robert Kingpin to receive the certificate of recognition, and maybe call on certificate of recognition is awarded to Consul Robert Kingpin in grateful acknowledgement of his distinguished and invaluable service rendered as guest of honor and speaker during the book launching of the Beyond the Sunset, organized by the University of Hong Kong, Migrant Writers of Hong Kong, and Share Hong Kong, thereby contributing immeasurably to the prestige and success of the occasion. Given this 20th day of June, year 2021 at the Hong Kong University, HKSR. Signed, Maria Nemdu Rocha, founder, Migrant Writers of Hong Kong, Chief Chidasha, chairperson, Share Hong Kong, and Dr. Julie Ham, professor, Department of Sociology.
Okay, and another certificate of recognition is awarded to Dr. Julie Ham, Professor, Department of Sociology at the University of Hong Kong, for her tireless effort and valuable support for Migrant Writers of Hong Kong and Share Hong Kong. Given this 28th day of June, year 2021 at the Hong Kong University, Hong Kong, Hong Kong. And of course, signed by our founder and Migrant Workers of Hong Kong, Maria Nevalo, and of course, me. Thank you so much, Ma'am, for your endearing support with us. Okay, thank you. And before we move to continue her speech, I would like to acknowledge the presence now of the CEO and founder of Uplifters, Miss Marie. Thank you.
Okay, so we will now hear the recitation of Miss Eileen May Ramos' poem, which is entitled, I Am a Woman.
Now, before I recite the I Am a Woman, I would like to play a video edited by Dr. Vivian Lin last December in our video editing class workshop. Beyond the book title itself, Beyond the Sunset.
Beyond the Sunset. When I was a child, I used to sit on the ground, waiting for the sun setting up paint on the sky, and imagine the face, watching everyone. I grew up believing every sunset you were there, looking down from me from heavens up above. Oh, Mother, I wish you were here. I miss you so badly. After each sunset, I wish you were on my dreams, to feel your hugs so tight in me. I never got a chance to say I love you, to say I miss you, to see you personally and even to be loved by you. Where are you now? Please, let me feel you. Show yourself even only in my dreams and let me see you. I know that can't happen anymore, no matter how much I try. The sunset is so beautiful, most people adore. I always believe that you're always there beyond. I never miss watching each day of my life, praying you're always there, looking after me.
A very, kinikilabutan ako sa Tagalog. I don't know how to say in English. It's like my ears and my standing because of her speech. And we are very sorry on behalf of all attendees here. I am very sorry for your loss in your young age. But keep going. Okay, let's continue. Or you feel nervous again?
I feel better now. Thank you. Thank you. And because Marie is just arrived, and I just want to say my grateful to thank you so much for being with me today. And this poem is written last March, Women's Celebration, and I recited this for in the Uplifters live before, entitled "I Am a Woman." And this is all dedicated for all the women, for all of us. And yes, I am a woman. I am simple. I am strong and independent woman. Let me repeat myself as I know you weren't listening. I am strong, independent woman. I am strong because I'm not afraid to fall and stumble. I will fly and get my way through the barriers to lead to the top of it all, to my destiny. I'm sorry, my mask is falling out. I will break the chains of unfairness and mistreatment from reaching my dreams in life. I will break free from the cage of your bitterness. I may be a woman, a female, but you will no longer distinguish me. I am a strong, independent woman. I am a woman. I dream to have inner peace. I am a precious gift birthed from the womb of a goddess. My heart always remembers life matters. My perceptions, feelings, and thoughts matter. I won't allow the imperfection of another soul to weaken my courage and make me feel small. I rise above them, breathe, and relax. I will open my heart and see the beauty of who I am. I will never let the hatefulness of someone's heart threaten my peace. I am a woman. I make my dreams happen. I have strived hard on where I am now. I have sacrificed my uncertainties, anxieties, and self-limiting beliefs to be here. I do celebrate and stand firm in my heart. I won't let the insecurities of others drag me down. I am more than the names they try to put on me. I rise, dearest self. I rise. I lift the heart to the sky, see the rainbow as a sign I have the right to be free and love freely. Without fear, shame, or walking on eggshells. Thinking of all roads I crossed lead to my heart's awakening, growth, and resilience. When I feel lost, small in spirit, isolated, and alone, I know I am concealed, I am safe, protected, and cared about. And there you are, that quiet voice begging me up, cheering along. Again and again, you keep coming around. You are the small bird sitting on my windowsill, wishing me well. You are the wind beneath my wings, my angel in disguise. The blood that runs in my veins, my inner soul, keep reminding me that I am worthy. My heart is precious. I keep my feet rooted on the ground. I stood, delighted to myself, bowed my head, lowering my shoulders, finding my breath, and looked the world in the eye. Walk away with your head held high, away from the pain and sadness, into a lifetime of absolute truth, that I am alive and I will get through. I will make my dreams into reality. I will live peacefully. Keep well, dear self. I love you. I am a woman. I am simple, yet stronger than before. I am firm. I am bold. I am unique. I am extraordinary. I am worthy. And I am fulfilled. Thank you once again. Thank you so much. I'm forever grateful for this experience. Dr. Julie, thank you so much.
It's like I'm crying inside, My God. Thank you, Eileen, for those brilliant poems inside of your book, Beyond the Sunset. And please continue to inspire your fellow migrants here in Hong Kong. Okay? And let's proceed to another inspirational message. I am honored to call Miss Marie Kretz Dimbeglio, CEO and founder of Uplifters. Thank you, Ma'am, for coming.
Hi, everybody. Very happy to be finally here with you. And so I'm here to give an inspirational message. Okay. I think you are the inspiration, to be honest. And that's the reason why I founded Uplifters, because I got the chance to meet amazing migrant domestic workers who made me realize that you can go through so many hardships in life and still wake up with a smile and still wake up with so many dreams. And I felt, okay, if these women, they can do it, then I have no excuse. I have to try as well. And that was really my inspiration behind Uplifters. So this is a charity empowering domestic workers with online courses and peer coaching. So this is the week of International Domestic Worker. It's another occasion to remember that yes, domestic work is work, but also, of course, that domestic workers are not just domestic workers. They are, as Ellen said, women before everything. And so it's I find this is a wonderful occasion for this week. And this is also the week we are at Uplifters. We are celebrating 5,000 students joining our courses since we started. Yeah. And Ellen is one of our team leaders, so she's one of the very important people of our community, volunteering to support their peers. So she's doing that in addition to her work and in addition to writing, so that's also very inspiring. And that's something else I wanted to say is that, so I started 2 years ago, and my dream was, okay, one day we will have reached 5,000 domestic workers with our online courses, and it was just a dream. And today it's a reality, and it's thanks to amazing women like Ellen who have volunteered every month to support peers. So my message is not very clear, but what I want to say in the end is, all of you here, you have the potential to be a leader. You have the potential to be whatever you want, and you should never believe that you are just whatever the world is after. You are yourself, and that's that would be my message for today. So thank you again.
Thank you, Marie, for that great message, and thank you so much on behalf of all foreign migrants workers in Hong Kong. Thank you that you provide a social service for us, and please continue to do so. Thank you very much for your time and effort. And that 5,000 domestic helpers who join online courses is it's a such thing. Thank you very much. And now let's proceed to another. How about this one? Yeah. How about you?
Thank you. Okay, so we proceed to another inspirational message to be provided by the founder of Guardian Magic Group Insight Worldwide Hong Kong chapter from Miss Norma Capistrano.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sis Island May Ramos is an active member and officer of Guardian Magic Group Insight Worldwide. Sa mahigit na 3 taon bilang miyembro, nakita namin ang dedikasyon at ginagawa ang lahat ng kakayahan para sa kabutihan ng organization. Dumadalo rin sa mga trainings at seminars na makakatulong sa mga OFW. Dahil sa pandemya, walang day off, napagtuunan niya ng panahon ang training o seminar online. At dahil dito, natupad ang kanyang pangarap na gumawa at magkaroon ng sariling libro. We are really proud of you, Sis Eileen. Sa lahat ng migrant riders of Hong Kong, congratulations. Ito ang tamang panahon para ipakita at ipamalas sa lahat ang mga hidden talents. Sa pagtupad ng mga pangarap, sadyang maraming mga balakid, maraming distractions. Just go straight on your dream goals. Huwag magpansinin ng mga mapanira, gawin niyo silang hamon para marating ang inyong mga pangarap at gawing inspirasyon ang lahat ng naniniwala at nagtitiwala sa inyo. Dream big, kayang-kaya nyo. Good afternoon.
Wow, thank you so much. And I want to translate in English, but it's too long. She said, please continue to inspire your fellow migrants and don't let yourself down. Even there are rumors to get you, how to say that, maybe. Okay, just going. Please keep going. Okay, and let's move to call another inspirational message from Virgilio B. Lumicao. He is 33 years in Hong Kong, and actually he is from The Sun, associate editor in The Sun, the Filipino media here in Hong Kong. Thank you so much, sir, for coming with us today.
Thank you very much, Chief. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Judy. And first of all, I'd like to apologize for coming in late. I got lost on the train. I ended up in Guangport Station. I was on my way to Admiralty. Anyway, I'm not as good a speaker as the Consul Bob, so I've heard something. It's about poetry writing, and I hope this will be interesting to you ladies. Sorry, I have to prepare my speech. I'm a good speaker, and my memory is already fading. I'm going 73. So, ladies and a few gentlemen here, Good afternoon to everyone. Julie, good afternoon, and Uri. A gathering of poets is a rare event because they are a different creature, a less sociable one, I should say. It's not that they are averse to crowds. They are, or we, because I also write a poem, and we are just born loners. Because by being alone, we find solace. We have peace of mind that we seldom find nowadays in this fast-paced world around us. In being all by ourselves in a place far from our homes, we have more time to ruminate on events in our lives and all that's happening around us. We observe keenly all activities that are new to us, all human behavior, all cultural peculiarities that remind us we are in another place, that we are in Hong Kong, not in Manila. There's a lot of difference between the two places and between us then and now. Whereas years ago, a lot of us might be barefoot and tidy kids, the simple dream was to have a plate of rice 3 times a day. We are very different these days, and we have grand dreams. Well, time is not static, and so are dreams. Time passes and brings change, and so do our personal situations. Even nature changes. The mountain spring that we used to pass by when we were going to primary school is now a roaring waterfall, or worse, a dry cliff. The verdant vegetation around us becomes dark clothes against the gray skies in winter. As poets, we notice these changes and record them in our terabytes of memory. In the future, they come back. Either we download them intentionally or trigger them accidentally. There have been events in our lives that we choose to forget. We had dreams in our younger years that we may not have fulfilled and now choose to bury in the graveyard of memories. But all of these come back to us, to our consciousness. And if they do, we try to find a quiet corner at home, a nook in the park, a clearing in the forest, or a shady river bank to let the memories flood us. From this reunion with our past, we are able to write a poem, or even just a phrase that becomes the seed of a poem. Quite often, it's nostalgia that drives us to write a poem. We deeply miss a particular place, time, situation, or a very special person who has left us indelible memories. 3 great triggers of poetry are homesickness, intense longing for someone who existed in the past, and a painful episode in one's life, such as losing your first love. Remembering and missing them produce the seeds of poetry. I remember the American poet Robert Frost saying, "Poetry begins with a lump in the throat." Yet, when you are hurt, you feel the lump in your throat and you have difficulty breathing or swallowing something, but then it comes out as you come out with an expression. You bring it out, you write it down, then you start a poem. When I was a loveless, I'm going to say this is a personal experience, but I was a loveless and starving college student in Metro Manila. I craved sugar-coated peanuts. They were just 10 cents per very small packet, but I couldn't afford to buy them. To get close to the woman I loved, I would write her a few love poems to get her attention. Until I discovered that I could make a decent pocket money out of writing poems and submitting them to national magazines. So that's how I discovered poetry is also a source of income. And I was able to help my parents back home. I sent part of the payment I received to my mother for 2 cantos of rice or some medicines and some expenses that my younger brothers and sisters need when they go to school. I was then able to buy those coveted peanuts and with a beer, of course. I just looked at and found my way to a newspaper job the day after graduating from a teaching course. because no school wanted to hire me at the time. They said I was a communist. Well, love lost, separation, starvation, isolation. These are all realities in our lives that drive us to ruminate, and write about those events that have left indelible marks. These are the seeds of poetry. As we gather here this afternoon to share this glorious moment of our fellow poet, Eileen, launching her volume of poems, we celebrate her having reason about the emotionally gripping and mentally numbing effects of homesickness as a migrant worker to write poems and come up with her book. To her and to every poet in this room, keep remembering and writing. Turn that lump in your throat into a poem. Let it be your bridge to realizing your dream. Thank you very much.
Wow, what a nice story. And now, sir, I'm sure that even 10 cabans of rice and 1 caban of peanut you can afford to buy, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Sir Virgilio for that very wonderful story and very inspirational as well. So since Sir Virgilio started to join us in the Migrant Writers of Hong Kong, and I first read his, he shared his poem, I was starstruck by his written piece, and I felt the deep emotions in it. Although there are some metaphors that are really deep, and I really need to read the poem a few times before I understand the message within it. And then I really admire Sir Virgilio's writings. And thank you, sir, for joining us today. It is our honor. So we will proceed to the next speaker for some more inspirational messages. Let us all be inspired this afternoon from this very wonderful people around us. So let us hear from Miss Lucita J. Villanueva, the Social Welfare Attaché.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to be here, surrounded by poets and writers. Naku, wala akong love survey, wala eh. Every morning siguro talagang i-check ako kung meron. At saka mani sorry ka, mani palang sikreto mo dyan. But anyway, once again, I'm so glad that I'm part of this very memorable occasion, the life of Eileen and the group of writers here in Hong Kong. And as a social welfare attaché here in Hong Kong, doing psychosocial counseling, I'd love to, pick up some verses, poems, publications, and proverbs out of Facebook and books, and I'm sure Beyond the Sunset will be the next source that I should have. If only I may share this with fellow domestic helpers and fellow Filipinos here in Hong Kong, because basically it's good that we have this group, because this is the very relevant and very pleasing and very productive means of facing homesickness and hardship and all. So it's good that there's a group like this, and I hope your tribe would really increase to the max. Because this would mean that every Filipino here in Hong Kong, to be away from their families, would be very fruitful and would very productive during their wee hours, during their free time, and even during their days off. And to be with each other, to be more productive in groups, and groups would mean numbers. So once again, I'm so happy, and I can congratulate everyone, and I hope that we can create more venues for reaching out. Ilan na ba tayo dito sa Hong Kong? So i-reach out natin yan, Consubab. I-reach out na natin yan, and we will provide and create venues, avenues to really discover talents. Because these are all God-given talents and should be discovered and put to a useful use very productive use and very inspirational use, and to, you know, imbibe and really encourage each other, motivate each other for everyone to be successful and everyone to be happy. The bottom line is we should be happy in what we would do, and we would enjoy life to the full. And with that, we will be very best and very role models to our children, to our family, to our fellow, and to mankind. So, God bless this group. Eileen, keep writing. Teach me how one day, one day, with a cup of coffee and money. Yeah. So once again, for all the sponsors and for all the supporters of this group, thank you, and please continue to give the resources, give the support, give the inspiration, give the motivation, and we at the Philippine Consulate, represented here by myself and also Bob, and of course through the leadership of our congen, Tihada, we are very much willing to support our fellow Filipinos here in any way that we can. So I would also encourage you that those who cannot write, those who cannot make points, and would still miss their family, and would be feeling stress and under stressful situation, please feel free to refer them to us. Please visit my office at the 14th floor, Admiralty, at the Consulate, and I'm very much willing to, you know, give a shoulder to lean on, have my ears and my heart ready to hear and to listen, because there's an ear inside our heart, so we should listen with our hearts. Once again, congratulations, and God bless us all.
Thank you, Mom, for the inspirational message and for the great offer to us, migrant Filipino workers here in Hong Kong. And maybe andun na kami lahat sa pintuan nyo na nakapila to ask any kind of offer na ino-offer niyo po. Maraming salamat po. And now, let's proceed to watch the video from friends, video message from friends here in Hong Kong and even in the Philippines to those who for good.
Success comes to those who patiently work hard for it. Congratulations, May Ramos, for your first ever book launching, and congratulations, Migrant Writers of Hong Kong. Way to go! And I'm super duper proud of you all. And yes, love, love, love. Congratulations! Keep soaring high.
Hello, Madam Principal. All the best, and I wish you success in everything you do. We love you.
Hi, Dr. May. Congratulations for your book launch, and I wish you all the best and good luck to your journey. And once again, congratulations.
Good morning, Iron Mate. I'm so proud of you, and congratulations for your book launching this Sunday, and I know you deserve that, and I'm very proud of you. Congratulations and God bless.
Hi, Sis Eileen May. Congratulations for the launching of your book, Beyond the Sunset. I wish you all the best. Continue inspiring, continue writing, and continue to share your poems. And congratulations as well as a migrant writer of Hong Kong. Wish you all the best. Hope you have a good day today. Have a blast.
Hello, Island Day, amazing woman, and congratulations to you. And
maraming salamat sa pag-anya niya sa akin na basahin ang isa sa aking mga tula sa aming libro sa Sibol. At ito'y aking inialay sa lahat ng aking mga kaibigan. Ang pamagat ng aking tula ay Natatanging Kaibigan. Napakaswerte ang isang tulad ko na nagkaroon ng isang kagaya mo. Mula noon magpahanggang ngayon, lagi kang umaagapay tuwing ako'y may hamon. Mula noon tayo'y naging magkaibigan, nagkukumustahan, nagtatawagan. Sa lahat ng pagsubok, hindi mo ako iniwan, kaya naman lagi tayong nagdadamayan. Kahit na minsan marami akong pagkukulang, pilit mong inintindi at sabi mo, ikaw ay tao lang. Salamat, hindi mo ako iniwan, hindi pinabayaan kahit pasaway ako minsan. Ikaw ang nag-iisang tunay na kaibigan, palagay ang aking kalooban. Sana'y hindi ka magbago kailanman, dahil natatangi ka sa puso ko, tandaan mo sana yan. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening my poem. Again, adding Irene May, congratulations on your well-deserved success. Looking forward to see and read more great things from you. Again and again, congratulations. God bless you always. Thank you.
Wow! Ang daming napakagandang mensahe. Any more? Arts and me? So no more for the messages?
Success comes to those who patiently work hard for it.
Okay. From the last message, from the last poem in Tagalog, this is their book actually, and two of our domestic helper is for good in the Philippines, and one from the last reader is in this book. And in this book also is I have a story here. They include me in this book, my story. So let's acknowledge also the Sibul for the authors is Jonah Faye Advincula Barroso and Bambe Pacnes Abadilla, Divina Orpilla, the last reader, and the last but not the least is Annalisa Villegas Aquino. And now let's give them a round of applause. And now, of course, let's proceed for the special migration poem recitation by the founder of Migrant Writers in Hong Kong, no other than Miss Maria Nevalo Rocio.
Thank you so much. Why, I felt sudden nervous. It has been a while since I performed publicly in front of an audience since pandemic. We only perform through online via Zoom or StreamYard. So performing in live audience makes me a little bit nervous. Okay, so I hope all of you can relate with my poem. It's especially written for today's event, for I know most of us are migrant workers here, and I hope through this poem I express fully myself on my experiences during my adjustment period in a foreign land. Okay. So the title is Fragrant Harbor. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside the door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morning. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you wait for me. Hold me like you never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. It all started when she decided to leave. Chase her dream and make herself big. As she entered the gateway of the fragrant harbor, awed by the beauty that slowly unfolded before her eyes. The squealing sounds of MTR and trams on their tracks and railroads tickled her ears. It was music. She can almost taste freshly made noodles, fish balls, dumplings. She was thrilled by the aroma of hamcha, the sprawling dim sums, the dried spices and herbs that sells like hotcakes in the busy streets of Manila. The welcoming autumn breeze kissed her cheeks, the sweet flavor of mooncakes filling up her sleeves. For a while she forgot her fears. She forgot her tears. For a while, she forgot the distance or the border that she just built between her body and her heart. She raised her hand, feeling the richness in front of her, the reality that she started to savor. She began to sing the lullabies that tuck the moon in the deep night. She sits until the sun peeps. She started counting sunrises and wishing for rainbows as she cradles the tiny soul, her reason of absence from the very reasons of her existence. In her thoughts are visions of her own flesh and blood, who kept tugging at the edge of her skirt, weeping and begging her to stay. She kept scooping courage from every corner of her dungeon while teaching her hands to use the chopsticks. She's as clumsy as them. It never seemed to satisfy or feel her hunger. The noodle slips, the fish balls drop, like her pride that she gave up. Like the precious grains that never reached her mouth, she hung on. She prayed on. She realized their values are paid by every drop of her sweat, tears, and sleepless nights. Until she learned the dance of the dragons. Sometimes missing some steps, sometimes missing the rhythms, stepping on her own toes and falling on her knees. She mastered the dance. For she knows failure would mean leaving the stage without a red pocket. She mastered the dance that even when tragedies came and umbrellas blossomed from its womb, she felt the oppression. She cried, ached, and suffered within her arms. And when freedom became more and more distant than ever, she turned the lights on in the kitchen and began to spill her ink. She filled the pages of her diary. She will remake her story. And when all of these are history, and though the fragrant harbor has lost its fragrance, she knows that like the wildflowers from its mountaintop, the fragrant harbor will blossom and be fragrant once more. Thank you so much. So that is a spoken poetry. Yes, it's a spoken poetry, and I use some metaphors there, which I use the dragons and the chopsticks. We all know that when we first came into Hong Kong and we were in the Philippines using some spoon and fork, and sometimes we use our hands as well. So it's the point of adjustment there when I started to use the chopsticks and also started to put myself into the situation that I am in. So that's how I interpret my poem. And also the dancing dragons, you know, when you are with a foreign land, in a foreign land with foreign people and foreign language, you don't know where you should fit in. And so that's where the dancing dragons are. I describe them, the locals, as the dragons, and I have to learn a little bit of their language, so I must fit in. I can communicate well with them, and going to the market has helped me learn a few languages, and having mama at home, because she cannot speak English, she just speaks Cantonese, and so I also learned how to speak their language so I can communicate well with my employers and the elderly. Okay, thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much. What an incredible declamation and spoken poetry, a spoken poem. I think you need to conduct a workshop how to write a poem and how to declaim and how to speak in front of the we need to do that for our fellow migrants, I think. Yes, what an incredible. Grabe, I'm so proud of you, to both of you in Eileen. Grabe.
So that's what migrant writers in Hong Kong are here for, and we would like to inform everyone that the migrant writers of Hong Kong have some upcoming events, and we are planning to have some workshops, and I hope that many of you will join us to continue nurturing your talents and maybe learn more about writing, not only poetry, but we would like you to discover your inner skills and deeper ventures in your writing journey. So in here, we will be learning how to write in other genres, not just focus on poetry, because I believe that writing is a very vast subject, and so does poetry. So may we call on Miss Christine Becerra to please tell us more about the upcoming events of Migrant Writers of Hong Kong.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. Thank you for having me here. My name is Christine. I work as a research assistant at the Department of Comparative Literature at the University of Hong Kong, and it is an honor to be here. It is an honor to witness all of your talents and all your work and all your poetry. I was getting so many goosebumps just sitting there listening to it all. Like, yeah. So in the next few months, in July and August, we are organizing several writing workshops, working together with Dr. Julie Ham and Eileen May and Maria, and we'll be doing a series of workshops where we sit down and we learn to explore different forms of poetry. There will be more information coming soon, so just, I think, check the Facebook group, for more information. We'll create a poster and a registration link. So if you're willing to join, willing to learn more, please feel free to join us. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's a very great news again for this coming future. Thank you, Christine, for that initiative. And before we proceed to closing remarks, I would like to mention why this happened today. My co-team,
who was initiated also this book launching, not only me. I would like to acknowledge Roshira, Margie Bilardo, my team, Joyce Bernal, of course, and of course Leanne, one of the most active leader in this society. Thank you so much. And of course, the General Secretary of Share Hong Kong for this program. Thank you very much for your time and effort. And now let's call for the closing remark. And once again, I am honored to call Dr. Julie Ham for her closing remarks. Thank you so much, Madam, for your enduring support for the migrant community here in Hong Kong. Thank you so much.
Hi, thanks everyone. I want to, spend my time thanking Maria and Eileen May for introducing me to migrant writers of Hong Kong. I think one of the things I've always been most impressed by in Hong Kong are the diverse communities, even among domestic workers. So, artists, photographers, video makers, poets, writers, and so on. And one thing that I always tell my students, and one thing that I always try to say as a researcher, is that if we want to know about migration, if we want to know about labor migration, we need to start with migrant communities themselves. The knowledge, the wisdom is there in what domestic workers are writing, in what they're producing, and what they're creating. So that's what I always tell to my students. We need to start with migrant communities and look at what they're producing. And I do have to say, as an individual, maybe a bit more selfishly, as a Korean Canadian who moved to Hong Kong in 2015, it honestly was the creative works by domestic workers that helped me to understand the city. It was when I was reading poetry, when I was reading creative writing by domestic workers, when I was looking at photographs by domestic workers, it was one of the most important ways for me to understand how to move through the city, and also to understand what to look for in the city. Maybe look for things that other people might miss. And so for that, I am always grateful, and I am always happy to collaborate. So looking very forward to the workshops this summer. And I just want to, if I may, just point to a website. Can I? Is it all right to show that? Okay. Let's see. Let me just do this. And I'll just show you. This is the website of my most recent project, Mobile Methodologies and Migrant Knowledges. And so the project, the stories we tell, which looks at creative works by migrant communities, particularly domestic workers, domestic helpers. And so, so one thing that we are planning is an online exhibition that will be forthcoming. So I do hope for anyone in Migrant Writers of Hong Kong or any other creative endeavor, Lensational, for example, I do encourage you to think about submitting for the online exhibition. So this information is on the website mmk.hku.hk. Thank you. That's all I want to say. Thanks.
Wow, that's a very great offer. Thank you, Mom, for your project, The Stories We Tell, and for the continuous support and enduring love to migrant workers here in Hong Kong. And once again, thank you, countless thanks. Yeah. So let's move to a pictorial. It's finished! Parang hindi kayo parang akala nyo meron pa. So na? Okay.
Well, so we have a very good afternoon. And once again, I would like, in behalf of the migrant writers of Hong Kong, I would like to thank you all today for your very, very precious time and presence with us, for joining us today for this very, very meaningful event. And we hope to launch more books in the coming months. And hopefully we will gather again and hear beautiful and inspirational points again. So thank you so much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Okay. Even we are actually we are organized. Even in pictorial, we are organized also. Okay. Mag-call tayo para sa harap. Our console.